Hi, my name is Barry Carson. I'm the president of Xybix Systems, and I want to tell you a little bit about how Xybix started and kind of the cool things that got us to the point we're at today. So back in 1991, I was attending college and I was a senior and about to graduate, and my dad, Dave Carson, had been in the office furniture industry his whole career. And through that time, he had really found some interesting things along the way. And one of the things he was doing before Xybix was working for a company that made adjustable height assembly benches. And what was cool about it was it moved so you could get in the proper position. So my dad saw this as an opportunity, and he saw ergonomics as kind of the future of the office workplace.
My name is Dave Carson, and I'm one of the founders of Xybix. Well, what triggered it was a competition that the telephone company had to develop a ergonomically correct adjustable height workstation. We won the battle, but we lost the war. The battle being the meeting all the specifications and everything that we needed to do, but the war being they never bought anything from anybody. So we walked out of that presentation disappointed but motivated, and we thought, you know, we could come up with something that we could do this, meet all of this specification, and turn it into a real product.
I'm Bev Carson. I'm the matriarch of the Carson family. How Xybix got started was a long time ago. My mom died and I inherited her money. And Dave and I were we just didn't know where we wanted to go with his work or anything. But he had this idea about Xybix, which wasn't named that. But I said, you know what, Dave? Go for it. Let's go for it. I'll give you all of my mom's money. Let's see what we can do.
Hello, my name's Ken Carson, one of the owners here at Xybix. I've had a lot of titles throughout the years. I've always had owner, being the little brother. I've been packing manager, I box stuff up, I've done assembly, I've done installation, I've done sales, I've done marketing. I've kind of helped out a little bit with everything here at Xybix except for maybe finance. But it's a lot of work, a lot of hours, and a lot of dedication. I mean, I got to go all the way back to Dave's dad, Grandpa Ray, my grandfather, and the work ethic that he had, and the work ethic he put into my dad, Dave, and the work ethic that he's put into his two boys, Barry and I. Man, you just have to work hard, and you have to put in the hours, and you just have to figure out how to get stuff done. So we were selling down in the basement. We each had our own little cubicle, and then we were also manufacturing in the basement in a separate room. And we had some other products that kind of kept a little bit of money coming in the door. And also at the same time, Mom, Beverly, was working at the local sanitation district, and she kind of definitely helped keep Xybix alive with money coming in the very beginning.
We were living off my very meager salary in Perry Park, and I was so happy that I was able to help our family that way.
We started off in the basement of this house, yeah. We eventually graduated to the garage, and then when we used up all the available space in the garage, we actually leased a 4,000 square foot warehouse.
It took us a couple rounds to figure out our product and understand kind of what the market was and how to build it, because we were kind of new to manufacturing. So we had to learn a lot about how to make products, who can help us make the different things we need, and we got to work on that. As we put everything together, for the first couple years, we were selling simple ergonomic doodads like wrist rests, monitor stands, keyboard arms, kind of simple ergo devices that helped, but all of these kind of lead up to the real solution, which is a sit-stand desk. You don't need any of that stuff if your desk is at the proper height. So once we got our Xybix sit-stand desks figured out, we were able to quit selling the rest of them and focus on the desks and actually solving the ergonomic problems.
When we first started selling, we had to tell people what ergonomics was, what it meant, and how important it was in their work progress, how important it was to be able to stand up and work for a while and sit down and work for a while. That kept the blood circulating, which keeps your brain working better. Nowadays, you say ergonomics, everybody knows what it is. Not a big deal, right? But we had to start teaching people that.
So we moved from one building to the next, and that's always a big thing for a business. So we moved from the garage to our first building. We realized there's a couple other ErgoFlexes out there. We were ErgoFlex, like I said before, and so we had to hire an attorney for them to search a name. We tried Ergo this and Flex that, and it didn't work. It was already taken. Not too long before that, Mom's mom, so my Grandma Dot, passed away, and we took all the money we got from Grandma Dot, inheritance money. I'd saved our bacon at that time, and we put that into the business. So we thought we'd give her some credit. She was Bixler, B-I-C-K-S-L-E-R, but that always, her and her husband, Grandpa Bob, would always sign letters, Bix, B-I-X. So we grabbed the Bix, and then the XY is just made up on the front, just so we wouldn't be the same as anybody else out there. So that's how we came up with Xybix. And now it's really interesting because it helps us a lot. We have a very unique name. People don't know how to spell it, which is fine, but we're easy to find on the internet too, because they have an idea, X, Y, B, and they can hunt us down. So it works really well having such a unique name on the internet. That's helped us out a lot for people to find us. So that's where we got the name Xybix. So we moved from one building to the next, and we got a little more production capability in there. We got a really good saw to cut these tubing. We actually had a dock. And we had some racks for some inventory. I mean, now I look back, it's tiny, but it was our first step.
Kenny's best friend was a kid who lived out here in Perry Park, and his mother was a flight nurse. She was kind of curious as to what we were doing, and we explained to her what we were doing. She said, well, sounds like that would be a good product for a 911 center. She said that St. Anthony's Hospital was sourcing a product similar to this. We bid on it. We said we could deliver, I forget, like in 3 or 4 weeks. So they gave us the job. So that's what got us started in the 911.
Right after that, we went to an APCO trade show in Albuquerque, New Mexico. We go to this trade show, we find so many people who need our product. And it's just, we can't believe how great it is. We're just getting lit up with people who need furniture for their centers. Our first big project we won in the 911 world was for San Diego PD. So that was a long time ago. What was fun about that is we were still a small company, kind of, getting everything figured out. And we were very do-it-yourselfers. So instead of hiring a big 53-foot truck to drive it out there, we drove it out there ourselves. And we had a Xybix 26-foot truck, and we had a U-Haul rental truck. We drove all the way to San Diego. It was kind of funny because our commercial truck, our Xybix truck, we have to get weighed so it meets the regulations of how much its maximum capacity is. So we take our truck over to a scale and we get weighed, and we're like 500 pounds overweight. So we're like, oh my God. So we take 500 pounds off and we put it on the U-Haul truck. And we know the U-Haul truck is like way over capacity. This thing is it's loaded down. But since it's a U-Haul truck, you can drive right by all the weigh and check stations because it looks like you're moving grandma on there. So we get all the way slowly to San Diego, and we personally install this whole project. And it was great. We learned a ton. It was a lot of fun. And from there, we just really took off in the 911 world.
That's what's so good about our product. We're really people-oriented, health-oriented. I love it because dispatchers are very happy with our product. And that was the whole idea. People who are locked into their desks, those poor people, they could never move hardly. And this, with our Xybix product, they can at least stand up for a while, sit down for a while. Good for circulation, good for brain work. And I'm just always so pleased about that.
Nothing better for me in seeing people, or they come up to us at the trade show and they give me a hug, or they give my salesperson a hug and thank them for everything we've done, and that the furniture has made a difference in their life. And we've got people who feel, they can stand and they've improved their health. They're just telling me, I'm happy because my hands are warm. I mean, I walk out of there going, yeah, this is so cool. And I call back and I tell Barry, this is awesome. They love our stuff. They just absolutely love it. And I tell him all the stories, and he's jazzed too. And then I get to relay that to all of our employees. And it's nice to go downstairs and be able to tell the guy running the 3D laminator, or the guy spraying the glue, which is a crap job, man. Just do the same thing over and over all day long. Very much appreciated. And tell him, man, you're spraying glue, but here's the difference you make in someone's life. Back to our public safety market. If we can make them a little more comfortable, make them hopefully a little bit healthier, but also a little more alert. And if they can catch that little thing because they're not tired at the end of the day, or whatever, if they can catch that little thing in the background or the tone of voice or whatever, and they can make their customer who's having a crappy day's experience better, that's what it's all about.
That's the goal behind our whole company. We have a commitment to get the people in proper ergonomic positions and avoid workplace-related injuries. And so, that makes you feel good if you can accommodate somebody and have a hand in preventing injuries.
It's pretty cool, and not just in the 911 world, but in command and control, energy, utilities. These people are all doing jobs that most of us don't see most of the time, but they are critically important. And they're hard, and they can be extremely stressful. A 911 operator, they hear the worst of life, and they have to work through it all and just be good with it and be able to go home and be comfortable and attentive and be there for their family. So it's a very unique position, and it takes really amazing people. It makes me happy that if our product can be designed to be the most functional for them, that they can do a better job and potentially save lives.
To think of how we started and what we are now. You know what, truly, when I say my prayers, I always thank God for that, because I think that we're a very lucky family, but you know what? You make your luck through hard work. Well, it blows me away because I go over to work to the building, and it's a big building. There are 2 buildings. They've got their production facilities, all the aspects of it. It's way beyond what I can imagine, and how much more complex it is to run a business, all the aspects of it. It's just amazing.
When she comes in, she gets lots of hugs, and she's kind of one of those people they rally around, and she makes it much more of a family business, because she comes in and just is a mom, and she can't help it being mom, and everyone loves her. Dad's role, it's like mom's role. I talked about it a little earlier. It's changed as he's gotten older. He's 83, he still shows up here every day. But man, once again, we'd be nowhere without Dave. I can't say enough good things about my mom and dad helping build this business. The effort they put in for me, my brother, my family, my boys, that's probably the American dream there, is having parents that will do just about anything for you to make you successful.